As we've seen in Microsoft Project, there are lots, if not hundreds, of fields that are available to you of data. Sometimes, however, those fields are limited and they don't meet your needs. We can add our own fields. The facility is there. We simply go to the Gantt chart tools format and custom fields. Now in the custom fields dialog box, to allow us to set the field up, we need to decide a couple of things. Firstly, is this field to be used for tasks or resources? So that's your first decision. Is it a task field or a resource field? Well, let's assume it's a task field. Second decision is what type of data will this field hold? And we've got a list of pre-built data types. You can't deviate from these. You need to make sure that your new field falls into one of these data types. Text is the default, and that means that your field can contain text, numbers, any alphanumeric values really. Or is it a cost field? So is it going to contain monetary values? Is it a date field? So it will contain a date. Is it duration? So it will contain a duration value, so D, M, MOs. Is it a finish value, which is also a date value? Is it a flag? Is it a number? So it can only contain numbers. Is it a start, which is also a date field? Is it our default text or is it an outline code? Well, let's stick with the default text. Now, when it comes to adding additional fields, you are limited to the number of extra fields you can add, because you'll see in this list here that it scrolls down, but it has an end of text 30. So you can add up to 30 text fields. But you could also add up to 10 cost fields and up to 10 duration fields. So there are quite a few fields which should meet most people's needs, with text having the most options because that's the default choice. Now, choosing a new field, we simply choose the next available field, which is here as text1. Now, text1 is not a very useful name, so we have a rename option. And I'm going to rename my text1 field to be comments, because I'd like a comments field. So you can see it now gets renamed to comments, but retains the text1 in brackets. You also have the delete option here should you need to get rid of one of your new custom fields. Now there are additional properties here for your custom fields, but for our text field we're going to leave them all as none. The options really in the attributes are to change your field into a lookup or a formula. What to do with your field in a roll-up situation. Now this is grayed out because you're using a text field. What to do as far as the calculation for assigning rows is concerned, and the only option here is none or roll down. Well, it's none. And then what to display, the actual data or a graphical indicator. Well, in the case of our comments, we want the actual data to be displayed. So we're choosing this vertical set of dots here just to make life easier for us. So this will create us a new task field because of the choice here. Okay. The field gets created and the field is now available to me in my list of fields. So in my task table here, I could insert a new column, and down the list, and we know already that they're alphabetical, I can find comments by starting to type CO. I then open up my custom field and it gets treated as it was intended, which is a text field for me to type comments in. Buy from IKEA. It's a comment, it gets added in. I will also have access to these custom fields, not just where I insert them into my tables, but if I go into the task information and to the custom fields tab, the last tab in here, I will see any custom fields I've created that are task types, and I can click in and actually edit the values in here. Buy from IKEA with a 1K budget. Okay. Saves those changes and I see those in this particular table because I've asked to see the comments field. So you have some customization control here for adding your own fields when the task ones within Microsoft Project do not meet your needs. Now, having created that field, it only exists in the current project. If you need it to exist in either all projects or in another particular project, then we need to use the organizer that we've seen previously. Choose File and Organizer. Choose Fields, and we can see there the comments one we've just created in My Bedroom 2014, and that could be so easily copied into the global.mpt, making that new field available to all our projects.